One scream. 38 witnesses. No one called the police. Ever heard of the case that changed how we respond to emergencies? This is the tragic story of Kitty Genovese and how her death led to the creation of the 911 system we know today. It was March 13, 1964. Kitty Genovese, a 28-year-old bar manager, was walking home to her apartment in Queens, New York, just after 3 a.m. As she approached her building, she was attacked. She screamed. Lights turned on, windows opened. People heard her cry. The attacker fled, but no one came down to help. No one called the police. Minutes later, the attacker returned. He stabbed her again, assaulted her, and left her to die. By the time someone finally called for help, it was too late. A few weeks later, the New York Times ran a headline that shook the nation. 37 who saw murder didn't call the police. It triggered public outrage. How could this happen? How could so many people do nothing? Psychologists were fascinated. They called it the bystander effect, a phenomenon where people are less likely to help when others are present. Everyone assumes someone else will act, and so, no one does. The Kitty Genovese case became a chilling textbook example. Her name was no longer just a headline. It became a symbol of collective silence. At the time, calling the police wasn't easy. There was no universal number. You had to dial your local precinct directly, and many people didn't know the number. This tragedy pushed officials to act. In 1968, the 911 emergency call system was launched in the U.S., a direct response to public demand for faster, easier access to help. Today, the story of Kitty Genovese is taught in psychology classes, law enforcement training, and ethics debates. While some details of the original reporting were later challenged, the impact remains. Her death sparked real systemic change. So next time you see something wrong, don't wait. Don't assume someone else will act. Because silence doesn't just echo, sometimes it costs lives. And thanks to Kitty, one call can now make all the difference. Follow for more.